Hello, this is Dishwan Powell. Let's get back into the swing of things, shall we? With a black screen. Ah, there we go. So, today's playthrough, or beginning of this playthrough, is, it's a Capcom game. It's not made by Capcom, though. It was made by another company. But this is the next in the Commando games. Autosave. Just want you to know about that feature. We're loading the autosave, as you can see. But yes, this is Wolf of the Battlefield Commando 3. Or Commando 3 Wolf of the Battlefield. One of the two. Probably confusing a couple of people because we never got a 2. I mean, we did get a coup, but it was called Mercs when it was came over here in the state-wise. But yeah, this is the third, and as of the time of this recording, the final game in the Commando series, if you don't count Bionic Commando. Which I have gotten conflicting reports whether the Commando series is actually part of the Bionic Commando series. Alright, so, like the Final Fight games, I'm going to be doing a playthrough with each character. There is going to be a little bit of difference, though. These are all the difficulties. We're going to go with the normal difficulty for each character. You can actually not start your, what level you want to start in until you beat the game fully one time. But since I've beaten it, we're going to take advantage of this level select game, because there's no continues. Once you lose all your lives, that's it. You're starting the whole game again. There's no quarters in this game. But yes, it is going to be a little bit different, because with Wolf here, we're going through all the secrets. Each level has 2 secrets that you can find. And then, after we complete Wolf's playthrough, and play as the other 2 characters, we're just going to play through it. We're not going to be too concerned about secrets. Now, this game's a little unique that, you're using the joysticks to move. You're using the left joystick to move, and then the right joystick to aim where you're shooting at. And then you use the trigger button for the grenade and your special attack, which we'll go into later on in the level. But yeah, really, this is just an upgrade to Mercs and Commando. And I said earlier that while published by Capcom, this game actually was not made by Capcom. And I can't believe I'm blanking on the company's name at the moment, but they also made another Capcom arcade game, the 1940s X series, I think is what you want to call them. Here's the special attack. Done by accident, but yeah, there you go. It's basically a screen nuke. And of course, if you don't use these at the, the less you use your grenades and special screen nukes, the more points you earn, but I'm not too concerned about points. Well, they're actually more beneficial in this game, because since you don't have quarters, you do need points to get extra lives, so there is that. But yeah, each level has a certain number of POWs that you have to rescue, and in order to rescue all of them, some of them are contained in the secret areas. But like I said, we're going to show them all off the Wolf's playthrough, so if you, for some reason, are using this as a guide, there you go. The secret areas, though, are... There's one drawback. You have to have a grenade to get to the secret area, because they're always hidden behind a wall, and the only way that wall is going is with a grenade. There's not even a special attack will get rid of that wall, believe it or not. It's very, very rough. Also, like Mercs and Commando, for the most part, once you move forward, you can't move back to the previous area that you were in. So if you miss something, that's it. you missed it. Once it's off screen, that's it. You can't go back on screen. There's many weapons in this game, but really, I just stick with the default weapon and just power it up. I think it's the best one, actually. Good old default. Other than, like, using it, the rocket launcher at the very end of the game, which I do use. Because it's a little right before the final boss, so, and it does pack more punch, so might as well, right? But outside of that, I'm always, within my control, I'm using the default weapon, unless I just accidentally walk into a different power-up. Alright, here's the first secret coming up here. We gotta get in this Jeep here first. Vehicles do blow up, so don't get too attached to it. Okay. So I'm assuming they want you to say, hey, look, there's a red flower here. That must mean a secret. I'm not gonna lie, these secrets, I would have never found any secrets out without a guide. Oh yeah, as you just saw there, when I had my gun right up to that cage, he was just shooting. If you're trying to shoot up against something, he just won't shoot. Because it blocks it, even though you're shooting it. I don't know. It's like a Bugs Bunny Elmer Fudd kind of thing, I suppose. But yeah, whenever you find a vehicle, use it to its full extent. Code's very handy. Very expensive. Don't worry about running over the POWs. You're just breaking the cage when you run over it. You're not hurting them. Don't have to worry about, what am I saying? Don't have to worry about killing them by accident or something. They're immune to anything once you get them out of that cage. Don't know why I got out of the tank just there. Or Jeep, excuse me, not a tank. We'll be riding tanks later on, but it's just a Jeep. And of course, those obstacles there means we can't take our Jeep with us. Also, another secret here. Now, each level only does have 2 secrets, so it's always going to be the same amount of secrets. It's just a matter of where the secrets are at. And what is contained within those secrets. But yeah, this is really the meat and potatoes of the game here. Just run and gun, manly man stuff. The green heart with the plus means you get a health upgrade, so you gain a little bit more health, which is always nice. Ooh, excuse me. And you also recovers your health as well, which is even nicer as well. Even nicer. That should be opposite. You not only get a health update or health refill, you get a health upgrade, which is even nicer. That's what I should be saying. Oh, pardon me, I don't know why I'm coughing. But yeah, I do apologize about the hiatus. Just a lot of stuff is happening. The job I'm at is under remodel, which is, basically they took a number of people from my station, and so I'm basically having to cover, which has resulted in overtime weeks. And it's a combination of that, and speaking of coughing, I was actually sick as well, and I didn't want to, like, I had the time to do it, but that sounded terrible. I didn't want to sit here and have, like, a really sickly voice over the video, or videos. But in the meanwhile, I have been playing, a couple of things. Finally beat Spyro for the first time. And it's kind of funny because they just announced the Spyro remaster. Well, not remaster. Those are full-fledged remakes. Remasters, I think, more of like collections, like the Jak and Daxter Ratchet and Clank collections. Those are remasters. Like a full-scale remake. That's Spyro. Spyro's getting a full-scale remake. You know, hey, I hope it comes out well. And on the note, I do actually plan on doing a playthrough of Spider at some point, because before I jumped into the Ratchet and Clank games, which I really, really do love. Also, we just talked over this whole boss. The bosses are just big targets. They're like shmup bosses, really. Just avoid the projectiles and you're good to go. But yeah, that's our mission complete. And now we get some story here. But I also was saying, getting off topic of the game we're playing right now. Before I dived into Ratchet and Clank games, because I do love the Ratchet and Clank game series, I wanted to at least do Spyro 1 because it was the game that they did before Ratchet and Clank and Insomnia games. So I wanted to at least do the first one in the series, which is what I wanted to do with Jak and Daxter. Before I played Jak and Daxter, I wanted to do Crash Bandicoot 1, which I have. So that's cool. Now whether to do Jak 2 or 3, that's up for debate. But Jak and Daxter 1, I'm all for that. Your country thanks you, team. Good luck. See you around. 5 years later. Wow, these guys were in prison, in a foreign prison. That makes sense in my head. I do like the attention to detail here that they're wearing Cody's Street Fighter 3 outfit. Jail outfits. I thought that was a cute little reference. Your country needs you again. I am Professor Utonium. Lieutenant Professor Utonium. You can tell he's evil because he has many nukes always floating around him. The Jackals are the only ones who can do it. What about the Super Joe? I think that's his canon name. I'm not too sure. Or the guys from Mercs. Nah. Just you guys. I will cover your escape. But here's level 2. We're breaking out of prison. That's always fun. That's really most of the story we're gonna get actually right there, other than the ending credits. There's not too much of a story, but you know, for a simple game like this, you don't need something really profound or anything. Also, see how that fire is blue compared to the regular red fire? That's a secret. There you go. Now, the good thing is, did Mercs do this too? I can't recall what I thought. But, I mean, compared to Commando, you can take more than one hit before you lose a life. So that's a good thing, especially the way they got this game set up where if you lose all your lives, at least the first time you're trying to beat it, you're starting the whole game over again. No quarters. No quarters. That's going to be the day when we have DLC that is going to be like quarters. Like, we're going to have, arcade port, like perfect arcade ports of games for newer systems. But, in order to cover the cost, each quarter you use is DLC. That'd be kind of messed up. Almost like having DLC save slots, you know? Nobody would ever do that. Nobody. For this level, I do suggest trying to use your specials and grenades more often because there's no final boss here. Or final boss. There's no end boss for this level, so use them as you need them. Now, speaking of grenades and specials, whenever you die, you get restocked on your supplies. So, if you're about to die, and you know that you're gonna die, like 100% guarantee know you're going to, try to use up your stuff before you die, so that way you have you're not wasting what you have with a fresh restock. Blow up those stuff. Big booms, as one would say. Ooh. There we go. I wanted that power up. Not the POW, but the other POW. Those little briefcases symbolizes our specials. As you can see, we got 4 at the moment. Also, there is a score multiplier here too. Take advantage of it if you are trying to go for a high score. You know, the more you kill. Oh, landmines. Watch out for them. Specials won't get rid of them. I think grenades can get rid of them. Probably not. I'm probably misremembering that. Also, these big dudes. For the record, that fence is stronger than those watchtowers. I gotta say, this is one big prison. Well, I mean, prisons can't be very big, to be fair. Oh, I got dead. But as you can see, your power up does drop after you die, so you can re-pick it back up. Unless you're like dying in a weird, awkward situation where you're like it falls into a wall or something, and you just can't hit it. That's called the tough cookie. Military music. I mean, the music's alright. It does its job. Nothing that really stands out, you know. Standard fare. It's not going to be on my playlist, I'll say that. Watch out for the Gatling guys, the Gatling boys. The Gatling brothers are at it again. I like how they curse whenever they get hit. They're like, F you, player! Oh, we're gonna need that. Can we make it without getting hit? Why, yes, we will. Go get him, Wolf. Of the battlefield. Commando 3. These tanks. I've never really found a reliable strategy to not get hit, except when I did, while I was saying that, I didn't get hit, so, there I go shutting myself up. And there's the other secret right there. Where it looks like tracks went into the wall. I mean, I guess if you sit and think about it, it makes sense, but I don't know, it just... It's really a blink and miss kind of thing, I suppose. With these secrets. No. Wonder who committed these tire tracks. Can't hear it build until you blow it up. So let's blow it up. But yeah, this game is like... I feel more shmup with this game than I did with the previous games. Especially, like Mercs was a piece. It was a cakewalk with Mercs. I mean, yeah, in Commando you had unlimited continues as well because, you know, it's an old arcade game that uses quarters. But... Mercs was just easy. I guess I am more saying that because it wasn't art. It's night and day to me, though, with the difficulty between Commando and Mercs. I don't know, I think it would have been nice if there was just a regular continue with this game, instead of having to restart the whole game again. Like, even with the level select codes, you still have to boot up the game and start it at the beginning of each level that you select. Like, if me personally, I would add a continue screen and made it an achievement to where if you do it all on one, one set of lives, you get an achievement for it. I think that'd be a good enough incentive for those who want to go for the challenge. But that's just me. But we're heading towards the end of this stage, actually. Because right after this is our chopper, our extraction chopper. Let's try not to blow it up, though. There was 30 prisoners on this stage. But yeah, that concludes the first part. Join us for part 2.